welcome to the MineWreckers server. My name is Winbearded, and today we are over at Spawn for a special Halloween episode. We're going to help out the server a little. Specifically, near Spawn we have a skeleton farm and a spider farm, free for anybody to use. Let's head on over and see where I can help. It is nicely indicated by this column of dirt, which we could probably improve upon. Obviously, then you get to the column of dirt, and there's a little drop chute. Didn't even know there was a little drop chute. This is me discovering that there was a drop chute here for the first time, because when I was shown where it was, you had to come down into this bit, and then look around and, oh look, there are some torches as well. I never knew that. So yeah, we're going to be making a bit of a better entrance. Also, once you get down there, something we may get onto today. As you can see, it is down quite deep. But I want to make this whole thing work a little bit nicer. So getting around, also, you know, this is clearly an issue. We're going to get working on that, but first of all, we need something nice and big to indicate where this thing actually is. And it's me. So when I say something nice and big, I mean something nice and big. So we are now at the spawn portal. I've removed some fences here because I think this is a really nice takeoff point. And from here you can really see the scale of this skeleton. I love how the skull comes into view first. I think this thing just looks awesome. My favourite bit, of course, is this hand gripping onto the landscape. It's a new feature of my big build system. I can now put the landscape into Blender and make my builds interact with the world. So what we're going to do next, now that we've got the skeleton built up, it needs a bit of lighting up, but I might do that once the Guardian farm is up and running properly, because then I can get some sea lanterns in there. It should look a bit better. But we still don't actually have an entrance to the farm, we just have an indicator. So what I want to do, I'm going to get rid of this tree and dig down, probably right here, a 10 block diameter hole almost to bedrock. These farms are really low. It's around -45. But they're also really close to each other, which is actually kind of difficult to tell. when you're going this way. Because you drop down, like so. You're at the skeleton farm. But then you've got to do this kind of windy path to the spider farm. And it doesn't really show just how close the spawners are together. So I think if we have one drop down, we're going to clean up the entrance so you don't have this weird path. And then we're going to have a look at any improvements I can make to the farms themselves. I have made changes to the entrance and currently stood on top of the skull above the clouds because that's just how silly this thing is. But let's fly down. You can see there is now a hole in the ground, so if we just aim for that, we land in the water, perfectly safe, everything's fine. I've got this nice glass wall so we can see into the spider farm. The skeleton farm's a little higher up, we'll get to that in a bit. But I think the next thing I want to do is add an automatic mode to this farm. Possibly steal this gold. So I just want to add a lever into this room, which will dispense a bit of lava, because they're always gathering at this point, so then they'll get killed by the lava. Let's up or drop, you don't have to be killing them. Let's do that next. Here we have a lot of spiders. Here we have a button. Here we have automatic mode. So it does send some light in, which is going to slow down the rates a bit, but the idea of this is it can now be fully AFK'd. You can put this on, you can go to bed, you'll have a load more string, spiderize in the morning. Now, we're going to make some changes to the skeleton farm. I'm also going to go and turn off the lava. Let's quickly do that first. But the changes to the skeleton farm are going to be a bit bigger. So if you go into the camera mode, and we're going to quickly see, so the skeletons go into this pipe, which goes along there and down. I actually want to drop them off into this area. So we're just going to move the pipe a little. And then, again, we're going to add a automatic mode. And then we're going to deal with storage, because I also want to change how the storage works for both farms. Please excuse the mess with all the shulker boxes, but we do now have a ladder. We now have a skeleton killing area that has been moved. I've also moved the sword over, just in case people want to use the sword. So we can kill our skeletons over here. We also have another button for an automatic mode. It's a nice lava. The other nice thing about this particular spot is that if I go into my free cam mode, you'll see I'm also activating the spider spawner. So we can have both of them in automatic mode. Stand here, and it's going to gather resources. But where are we going to gather them? We're going to gather them in this wall. So I'm going to dig this wall back from there to there. I've done some block counting already. This actually works out quite nicely. That wasn't planned at all. But there we'll have a couple of columns of chest for each item. So that's spider eyes, string, bones, and arrows. We're going to combine everything into one stream, like jelly and ice cream going into a dessert. Maybe we'll stick some caramel in it and put a bit of item disposal at the end. We might even do some non-stackable items. I'm going to leave that up to Beast of the North. I've sent a message, but time zones. So I'm going to get the item disposal in. I'm going to get this all dug out. And we'll see about connecting up the streams. So starting with our item disposal, I think I've got everything measured out properly. I'm hoping I've got everything measured out properly. So everything's going to be going into this dropper if it doesn't go into the storage system. Let's just block this off and then put some lava there. And then we're going to build a quick auto dropper, which I should have space to do. So we have a comparator there facing into a sticky piston, observer facing that way, observer facing that way, and then I think we're just going to cover this bit up there and there. So then I'm going to go grab some hoppers, and we're going to take a hopper line all the way back through here, and we're going to bring it out to here, which is where I'm going to combine the other strings. So let's take a look at how they're going to be combined. So let's get on with redirecting these streams. As you can probably tell, I've got rid of these chests, so dumped everything in here for now. I'll get them moved over to the future storage in a bit. And I've replaced them with blocks so you're still far enough away that the spiders can't hit you. I've also redirected the hoppers to point into this little hole. So we're going to be doing another auto dropper. So we get our dropper there. I have a comparator on me already. Wonderful. So that's going to point into this direction, into this sticky piston. Same thing as last time. That goes into an observer in that direction. Can we place this one? Nope. Let's just dig this out a little. Place it there, and there is our auto dropper done. I'm then going to cover all of this up. I'm going to dig down 2 blocks and place in a soul sand. The reason we're going down 2 instead of just the 1 is that with the dropper, it puts things out at a random angle. So if it goes too low, it might just get stuck in the soul sand. And then we're going to cover this up completely. And then we'll place the water in afterwards. So let's cover that up and then work our way round to the top, which is all this way. So here we get our water in all that level. And then we can go down to the bottom, place in our kelp to turn everything into a water source. And then we get rid of the bottom kelp and this will become a bubble column. So that's going to take things up to this first hopper. For the other hoppers, the other hopper stream, it doesn't need to go up, so we don't need to worry about a bubble column. Let's just put not a block there, but a hopper. And I'm going to dig out a little bit above me. So I want to go up another 2 blocks. And then we're going to work our way along. And I cannot remember how far to go, but I should be able to see. When we dig those out, we get to there. I think 1 more. And then we go that way. Oh, I went a little... Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. It's going to be kind of difficult to place, but we can make this work. So we get this hopper line going in. And then that is all the hoppers connected together. So now I'm just going to fill up these gaps and then we can actually get the sorting system in place. So the standard sorter, we have a redstone torch here with a repeater leading into it. We're then going to get some dust behind, blocks above, dust, dust, and a comparator, which is going to sit there. I'm going to do that the rest of the way across. So starting over on this side, I'm just going to show 1 strip of the storage. Then we're going to get this thing finished up. So we're doing 3 chests high. Each one's going to have 6 double chests, so that should be plenty. We have a hoppers leading in, then a couple of hoppers on top, and then let's place a block there so I can step onto it. And we have a hopper leading into that comparator. We put 4 stone into it, just because we shouldn't ever get stone going into the system, so why not? And then let's make this one string. And then on top of that, we have our main hopper string. So just got to do that for the rest of them, tidy up and label the chests. We are almost there. Well, let's go through this one last time. You come in through the portal. You take off, you fly in the direction that you know the farm is. The iron farm is just behind it, so hopefully people will be seeing a lot of this. I put a lot of work into this little statue. Not really a little statue. You dive down in through the rib cage. You see the hole in the ground and you go for it without taking any damage and land at the bottom. We have our storage area, so you can come and pick stuff up if it's there. If not, you might have to go up and use one of the farms, maybe put them into automatic mode and AFK for a bit. And then when you're done, you can choose to fly out if you wish, or you can always go out this way. But that is all I've got time for. If you liked the episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Windbearded, and I will see you all next time. Look at that ribcage.